Sudden wealth can bring unexpected challenges. It's important to be prepared, to seek financial advice, and to stay grounded.
I never wanted these kind of money.
Are you okay?
You are welcome to the Growth Channel. Why do some people become rich overnight, only to end up broke again? It's not a mystery, it's a pattern. When money comes fast, through luck, a big opportunity, an inheritance, or sudden success, the mind doesn't always grow with it. The person has wealth, but not the habits to sustain it. Sudden wealth triggers emotional decisions. People buy cars, gadgets, gifts, and luxuries, not because they need them, but because they finally can. But money spent emotionally disappears quietly and quickly. Next comes lifestyle inflation. The rent gets higher. The clothes become designer. The outings get more expensive. But here's the problem. The lifestyle continues even after the money slows down.
It is great being rich.
Yeah, I know. It's just so nice to have the money to buy whatever you want.
I agree.
Another trap is pressure from others. Friends, family, and even strangers start asking for help. Without boundaries, sudden wealth becomes a community wallet, and it won't last. Most people lose sudden wealth because they don't understand money. They don't invest. They don't save. They don't plan. And without financial literacy, every decision feels right, until the bank account says otherwise. Quick money attracts quick scams and bad investments. When you don't know how money works, you trust the wrong people, and the losses can be huge. Eventually, the spending catches up. The income slows down, the money runs out, and the person ends up poorer than before, not because they're unlucky, but because the habits never changed. In the next clip, you will learn a big lesson from the story of a young man who suddenly found wealth through philanthropic gestures and what happened to him afterwards. Just watch and listen attentively.
A few years ago, there was a young man people came to know as Dr. H2O, the water hawker who sold bottled water like a professor teaching chemistry. So he sold with knowledge. He explained the science of hydration, the benefits of water, and did it with so much passion that was admirable. Then one day, a video of him went viral. The internet fell in love with him, and before long, Aquafina, the very brand he was promoting on the streets, found him, rewarded him, and gave him a sponsorship worth over 15 million naira. They opened a wholesale shop for him, stocked with goods, a generator, and even tricycle for deliveries. It was a dream come true now, a street hawker became a brand ambassador, all because of excellence and passion. But about a year later, the story changed. He resurfaced online, this time saying he had lost everything. The shop was gone, the goods were gone, the opportunity slipped away, and in his explanation, he blamed it on spiritual forces, what we normally call village people. So the moment I heard that, I shook my head, because I knew in my heart of hearts that that had nothing to do with spirit. It had everything to do with capacity. And here is the truth nobody likes to say. Number one, he was handed far more than he had the capacity to manage. You cannot jump from hawking bottled water in traffic to running a multi-million naira business overnight. The mindset, the discipline, and the system to operate at these levels are very different. Secondly, he lacked financial intelligence. Many people eat both their profit and their capital because they didn't know how money works. They don't reinvest. They don't separate business money from personal money. Thirdly, he thought he had arrived. Poverty has a way of making small wins look like a jackpot. And when you think you've arrived too early, you begin to spend carelessly. And number four, there's a high probability that his family and community probably descended on him with expectations. To them, he was not the rich one, and because he didn't know how to say no or structure boundaries, he drowned under the weight of their financial burdens. He lacked mentorship and accountability. Money without guidance is like giving a child a loaded gun. It will destroy them. This is not unique to just the guy alone. The same thing happened in Osun State when a woman was given about 500,000 after going viral. And within weeks she was back on the street begging. Why? Because money is not the solution to poverty. When poverty is still rooted in the mind. You can give a man 1 billion naira today, but if he has never built the capacity to multiply 1 million naira, give him a few months or years, he will return to zero. Because that is why real empowerment is not about handing out money to people. Real empowerment is a process. Poverty is first a disease of the mind before it is a condition of the pocket. So until the mind is reprogrammed, money will slip through the cracks like water in a basket. The Bible says in Proverbs 13:11, wealth gotten hastily will dwindle, but whosoever gathers little by little will increase. And that is God's principle. Capacity is built gradually through process and not by sudden jackpot. So to every philanthropist on social media, I know your intentions are good. I know you want to change lives, but if you truly want to lift people out of poverty, don't just open shops for them or throw millions. First, empower their minds, train them, expose them, and teach them financial intelligence. Let them start small and grow steadily, because money is not transformation, capacity is. And to everyone listening to me, stop praying only for money. Pray for wisdom, pray for discipline, pray for capacity, because when capacity meets opportunity, that is when destiny changes.
As a matter of fact, when you become suddenly wealthy, you may find yourself feeling isolated from envious peers, paralyzed by indecision, or racked with guilt over receiving money you don't feel you deserve. For many, a sudden wealth event can trigger all sorts of negative experiences and emotions that ultimately lead to poor choices and self-destructive behaviors. Remember, it's not the wealth you gain that matters, it's the wisdom you build to keep it. Fast money requires even faster discipline. If you want more powerful content on money, mindset, and success, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it.